I'm in the busiest street in Europe. I'm in Oxford Street today. Today I'll be walking around showing you what you can do when you travel down to Oxford Street. As you all know anyway, it does have some of the best shops in Europe. A lot of tourists even travel down to England just to see this street. Today I'm going to give you the opportunity to obviously walk with me and see how the street is. Follow me and let's see what we have. Okay, so this is a typical day in Oxford Street. Like I said, it does have a lot of shops, and it's got a lot of restaurants as well, but most of them are not on the main street. They are normally inside. So basically, as you're walking, you need to go to a side road to kind of find all the restaurants. You wouldn't find most of them on the main street. That's just how it is anyway. The main road, obviously, or the main street, has all the shops. So today's a Saturday. Obviously, it's normally busy on a Saturday, so there are a lot of people around, and obviously the weather is good, so there are more people obviously shopping, and some people are just here obviously just to look around as well. So not everyone that comes to Oxford Street comes here to shop. Some people just come and take a walk. Basically, it's a very, very long street. We also have a lot of famous shops, or I mean Oxford Street has a lot of famous shops. You must be aware of some of them anyway. So there's obviously the likes of Selfridges, John Lewis, and the Nike Town shop as well. So there's a Nike Town here. It's quite big and quite popular, so you can always come here whenever you come down. In terms of how expensive it is, some people kind of think it's really expensive just because it's based in central London. But don't get that twisted, or don't get it twisted actually. Usually the prices are quite similar to what you see elsewhere. It's only particular shops that are quite expensive, and the ones that are expensive are Selfridges. Nike Town might be expensive. The reason for that is they might have some exclusive items. Also, if you go to a boutique store, for example, that'll be more expensive. So if, for example, they have a Chanel store here, obviously you're going to pay a lot because of where it's based as well. So it's only certain shops that are expensive, not all of it, obviously. But people have the perception that when you come here, everything is expensive, but it doesn't work that way anyway. The prices are literally the same. So if I was to walk into, so you could see M&S here, for example. So if I was to walk into this store, I'll obviously pay the same price as I pay elsewhere. So feel free to come here. You don't have to have a lot of money, so you can always come here whenever. Okay, so as you can see, it's quite busy. It was much more busier than this earlier today, but obviously I couldn't record when it was really busy, because what tends to happen is there'll be a lot of people next to you and they'll try to push you forward basically. So it's always good to avoid peak time or avoid it when it's busy. So as you can see now, there's still a bit of space to walk around, so it's much more easier to walk around. But if you come here quite early, let's say around 2 p.m, then obviously it gets really busy. So if you want to come here when it's not that busy, I would say come around 6 o'clock. I think the shops close at 8ish, 9ish, if I'm correct. But yeah, it's just much more better for me anyway. There's just no way I could actually record if there are too many people around. So in terms of traveling to Oxford Street, it's quite straightforward anyway. So you can obviously, it depends on where you are. So for example, I took a train from East London to Stratford. So there's a station called Harold Wood. So I took a train from there to Stratford, and I took a train from Stratford to Oxford Circus. So okay, so we're still in Oxford Street. It's still the same as before. It's not busier than it was earlier. So what else can you do in Oxford Street aside from shopping? So if you look at some of the side roads, you would notice that they do have some refreshments. And also if you go all the way down the side roads, they've got a lot of side roads. You'd find a lot of restaurants in the side roads. If I have time, I'll go into the side roads, but I'm just focusing on the main street for now. But they do have a lot of like restaurants in the side roads. Also, they have some souvenirs if you want any, as usual. You'll find all of this in central London anyway. They always have souvenirs, so you would always get one if you want one anyway. So that's not a problem. And I think the prices are quite okay in terms of souvenirs, so it shouldn't be a problem. So as I've said, or as I was saying, there are other things you can do. So obviously you can do your shopping, which is what most people do. Also they've got places to eat and places to drink, but most people don't come here for that. And the reason why is the sort of restaurants you want to go to are not here. The sort of restaurants you want to go to are basically in Piccadilly Circus or Leicester Square or places like that anyway. So most people tend to stay in those places instead. So that's another souvenir shop. I told you it's quite cheap anyway, so like the souvenirs here are like £1.50 and £1, so it's not expensive at all. So it does make sense to buy it here anyway, because obviously we're in central London, so if you can get things for cheap, it makes sense to me anyway. Okay, enough about souvenirs. Let me show you what else they have here. So I'm going to take you to a side road where they have some goodies to eat. Because some people just have in mind that all you do here is to shop for clothes, but they have other things going on. So for example, they've got the side road here, and they've got restaurants around, so you can eat if you want. And they've got this as well. I've never seen this before. This might be new. I don't usually come here anyway. I've not been here for a while, but yeah, they do have places to eat as well if you want to eat. So it's not just clothes that they have, because some people have in their mind that all you come to do in Oxford Street is to shop, but there's more to do here if you come here. Also, you would notice that in Oxford Street they have a lot of people that come. They come to you and they ask you for money, and they might sell you like flowers. I would say ignore them. You might see some little kids as well selling them. So what tends to happen is they might have certain people telling them to sell them, and what happens is once they sell it, they all share the money. So it's not like they're actually hungry. It's just a business, literally. So just be careful when you're here. I don't recommend you give them money for the flowers, because obviously, you know, children should not be working at that age, and they're quite young as well. They're really, really young. So just watch out for that as well. Obviously, if somebody is genuinely hungry, then obviously give them money, but I wouldn't advise you to give kids that have been forced to sell stuff money. That's just me anyway. Yeah, sometimes it could be really random here, you know. You know, last time I came here, there were some new like kiosks around. So sometimes you might come here and see a small kiosk. Then the next time you come here, that kiosk might be gone already. So I think sometimes they give them like temporary, what's it called, permits to obviously sell, then later they take it off. So you can see how busy it is. It's really, really busy. And it's quite hot as well today. So I think the highest of today was like 20, actually I think it was 30. I think it was 30 like early afternoon, but it's gone down to 25 now. So everyone is nice and warm. And everyone seems to be, you know, to be chilled out really. Nobody looks tensed. People are just literally taking a nice walk. So I think the flags are from the Jubilee. So a few weeks ago we were celebrating the Queen's Jubilee. So that's why the flags are there anyway. So they'll probably take it off later, but that's why the flags are there. So Oxford Street is a really long street anyway. So I started all the way from Marble Arch station and I walked all the way down here. You don't need to anyway, obviously. If you find what you like, you can just get that and look for any available station. But I think from Marble Arch, actually, I think the next station is the Oxford Circus station. So it's a bit funny the way it works there. So Marble Arch station is all the way there where I came from. But in order to get another, no, actually I think there's another train station. There's New Bond Street station. So yeah, so that's the next station. So obviously if you get your stuff, you can always jump on the train, or you can go to the nearest train station to get your train. So you don't have to do the whole walk all the way down to catch a train. Obviously if you feel like you can, but that's what I tend to do anyway. So once I know the shop I'm coming to, I go there, I get my stuff and I jump on the train and I'm out. Because it gets really tiring as well when you walk around. Okay, so we're still on Oxford Street. We're still walking all the way down. I'm going to show you the tube station. We're nearly there anyway. So they've got the underground. So I use the underground from Stratford station to Oxford Circus station. But because I had to walk all the way to Marble Arch to sort something out, because I had to sort out something, so I walked all the way back to Marble Arch station, and now I'm walking towards Oxford Circus station. So usually anyway, what people tend to do is they take a train, they take a tube, sorry, not a train. So anything that goes underground is called a tube, it's not called a train. So so I got a tube from Stratford station all the way to Oxford Circus. Right, so this is how the tube station looks like, for example. So some of you might call it an underground, but we just call it a tube station. So that's the underground. So they've got two entrances. They've got one here and they've got one on the other side, all the way there. But I'm not going to walk there anyway because I don't need to. So we're just going to keep walking. So this now leads us to Regent Street. For those that have been here before, you would know that they have the Apple shop. But it's a really big Apple store. Let me not even call it a shop. It's much more of a big store. So they have one of the biggest stores in the UK here. So it gets really busy anyway. Like when you get there, they ask you what you need, and obviously they put you in a queue. So I'll show you anyway. So this is how it looks like in Regent Street. So we're moving on now. If there's time, I might take you to Piccadilly Circus, but let's see how it goes. So we're approaching the Apple shop or the Apple store. I think shop is the wrong word. I keep saying shop. The Apple store. So I think it's shut already. So that's the Apple store. So like I said, what tends to happen is you come in. For those that have been here before, you would know the process anyway. So they'll put you on the queue, and obviously you wait till it's your turn. But it's a really big building anyway. For those that have not been here before, this is how it looks like literally. It's quite big. Okay guys, I've met two guys. Where are you from?
Saudi Arabia. I'm
From Saudi? Are you from Saudi?
London more dangerous. I just buy a new phone.
You see,
My
so
phone, 5 minutes.
So I told you guys earlier that a lot of people. Is it?
Yeah.
Is it? So I told you guys earlier that a lot of people travel from various countries to Oxford Street and Regent Street to shop. So he came here to buy what? A phone. Yeah, you see, so he came here to buy a phone. Okay, a new phone. So how long are you guys going to stay here for? How long are you in the UK for?
1 month.
1 month, yeah? Okay. So have you been here before?
Yeah.
Okay, so do you always come here like once every few years?
Yeah, I always come here, but and I know everything.
Yeah.
But this my first time.
Yeah.
I know.
So are you here with your parents or you came alone?
No, we are alone.
Oh my days. How old are you though?
What do you think?
He looks older.
Okay.
So
20.
Are you 20? Okay, how old are you?
21.
No way. You don't look 21.
I swear to God.
Is it 21?
Yeah.
Wow, you look good though. So it looks like they're eating good. You're taking care of yourself.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so what are you guys doing later? Are you going to eat or what are you doing later when you finish?
I will go to my home. I just
going home,
sleep,
yeah? So do you live in, are you staying in central London?
No, my home in Brighton.
Oh.
Yeah, so I have to come back.
Oh, is it? Okay. All right. Okay, so I'm going to leave you guys now. So these are tourists from Saudi Arabia. They're literally here chilling. They've had a good time, obviously, I could tell. He's gotten a new phone. He's here chilling. He's got two phones. Oh no, he's got a charger and he's got his phone. So he's just chilling. They look good. They've got nice trainers on, and they're having a good time. Okay, guys. Yeah, take care. Yeah. See you later.
Okay.
Yeah. You need to subscribe anyway. I totally forgot. So
the phone.
Yeah, I'll give it to him. So I'm gonna get them to subscribe. Okay. Okay, so subscribe now. Do that now. Yeah. So make sure you go all the way to the top. Yeah, bang. Yeah. So they've subscribed. Yeah. Make sure you subscribe when you sort out your phone. Yeah. Take care, guys. Yeah. See you later. Yeah. Okay. So I got them to subscribe. So, like I said, they've got some people that come all the way from various countries to come here to do various things like shop, you know, or I don't know, get whatever they want to get that they can't actually find in their own country. So I know some people that live in America, for example, and they might want something that they can't get in America, and they come all the way to, not come all the way per se, but when they come on holidays, they take the opportunity to come to Oxford Circus to shop. So it does make sense anyway for people to do that. Okay, so this is still Regent Street. It gets really tiring when you come to central London anyway. Really tiring. And the reason for that is most of the roads are really long, like proper long. So it's a bit of cardio for me anyway, because you know, sometimes you just want to keep walking and, you know, exercise your body. So it's good cardio, I must say, but you don't want to do it every time because you just get tired. So I would say if you really want to come here and have a good walk, spend maybe a weekend in a month to come here and kind of look around. But you don't want to do it every time, you just get exhausted. Yeah, the streets are really long. So I've walked all the way from Marble Arch to Regent Street, and now I'm walking all the way to the end of Regent Street. Like I said, I might take you to Piccadilly Circus, but let's see how it goes. So, Regent Street is just similar to, it's quite similar to Oxford Street, but here they've got much more of like watches and suits and formal wear. It's not as diverse as Oxford Street. In Oxford Street you can find like various things, but here you could see a road full of like similar shops. When I mean similar shops, like they sell similar things basically.
But it's nice to see you.
Okay, so we are still walking. I think this is going to take me to Piccadilly. So Piccadilly is a crazy place. You'll see for yourself, it's crazy. Like last time I went there, they had like a lot going on, and it gets really noisy as well. So let's see anyway. Let's see how it is. I think I came to Piccadilly like few weeks ago, and it was crazy busy. I'm sure it's busy again today. It's always the case anyway. Okay, let me tell you about when I used to come to central London. So few years ago, or a long time ago, I used to come here literally every time. Like whenever I'm free, whenever I've got time during the weekend, I just literally come here. And the reason for that is there's always a lot going on here. So instead of me thinking of where to go, what I tend to do then was just to jump on the train and come here. And to be totally honest, it does make sense because you can literally do whatever you like here. So if it's shopping, if it's food, if it's drinks, it's all in central London. So when I'm in central London, I'm not just talking about Oxford Street, I'm talking about the whole lot. So they've got Chinatown, they've got Soho, they've got Piccadilly Circus, they've got Trafalgar Square, they've got Leicester Square. So there's a lot of places you can actually go to. So it's got everything you need. So back then, if I want to go out, all I do is come central London. But as time went on, I thought, you know what, there are other places I can actually go to. I don't have to come to central London every time. Then I stopped. But to be totally honest, everything you need is around central London. And once you get on the train and come to zone 1, because all these areas are literally like zone 1, so that's the zone within the tube. So they've got various zones. So they've got zone 1 and they've got zone 2, and I think zone 1 and 2 are much more of central London. Then they've got zones like zone 6, but that's much more of a train. The tubes don't go to zone 6. They've got zone 5 obviously, and zone 4 and 3, but central London falls within zone 1 and 2. So it's much more expensive. So if you were to buy a ticket and it covers zone 1 and 2, then obviously you'd have to pay more, because obviously zone 1 and 2 is more due to the location, obviously. But yeah, that's it. So I would say feel free to come here. I mean, come to central London whenever. It's got everything you need. But there are also some parts of London you can go to, but I won't talk about that today because obviously I would like to show you. But just to let you know that it's just much more easier if you're not sure of where to go to. So just jump on the train, get a zone 1 ticket, or just use your contactless card and just make your way here. You can obviously use your bank card nowadays. People, they don't even sell tickets anyway. So what you can do is, if you have an Oyster, so you need an Oyster card to go around London. But people don't use their Oyster cards anyway nowadays. I don't think I've seen people use an Oyster card for a while. So what people tend to do is to either use their phone. Obviously you can use your phone. They've got Apple Pay. I mean, they let you use Apple Pay, so you can actually use Apple Pay, or you can just use your bank card to pay. Just tap on the actual thing. There's like a yellow thing, so you use your bank card. I mean, you take your bank card, you tap on it, and obviously it lets you in. Or you can actually use your phone, so just put your phone on top. I'm sure you know what I mean anyway. But they don't sell tickets anyway, so you can't actually get a travel card. A few years ago, actually it's been a while now, you could actually use, I mean, you could actually buy a card and use that, but now there's nothing like that anymore. So everyone uses Apple Pay or Google Pay or their bank card to obviously get around London or to pay for their travel. Things have changed now, obviously. It's a new world now. No one prints out paper or tickets for people to use. If you go outside of London though, when I mean outside, like proper outside of London, it might be different. But yeah. Okay, so remember I told you guys that I might take you to Piccadilly Circus. So we are literally in Piccadilly Circus at the moment. And it's obviously crazy. So this is what you see, or this is what you're going to see when you get there. So you can see how noisy it is compared to the street. And that's why I told you earlier that it's a total different vibe when you come here. You know, people are much more crazy. This is where all the tourists come to have fun. Oxford Street is much more of like where, I mean, it's where all the shops are in terms of shopping. But here is where people come to have fun, like proper fun. So I'm going to take you around just to let you feel the vibe. So as you can see, you can walk around. So you can walk all the way to Charing Cross, for example. That will take you like 10 minutes from where I am. So I'm literally at the beginning of Piccadilly Circus, and that's from Regent Street. So from Regent Street all the way to Charing Cross is like, not from Regent Street, sorry, I mean from Piccadilly Circus all the way to Charing Cross is like 10 minutes. Going back to Oxford Circus will take you 11 minutes. And that's it literally. So obviously we've done Oxford Circus already. We're not going to do Charing Cross, that's not happening. Tottenham Court Road, that's not happening as well. But yeah, all these places are not far from each other. It's just a few minutes walk. So some people might just get a tube all the way to Oxford Circus, and all they literally do from there is to walk around. And that's it literally, you don't have to take a tube around. So let's keep walking around. So in terms of Piccadilly Circus anyway, so all you would see here is like restaurants, bars obviously. There's Trocadero here as well, so I don't know if you've heard of Trocadero, but there's Trocadero here, so it's literally a place where you can do all sorts. I'll show it to you in a minute, but I'm not actually going to go inside. I'll just show you outside of it. But there's a place called Trocadero. A lot of tourists come there as well. There's a lot of steak houses here as well, so if you're into steak, there's a lot here too. There's Five Guys. We've got a lot of American restaurants here, to be honest. So there's a lot going on, and they've got a lot of sweets shops as well. Not to lie, a lot of candy stores. I'll show you. It's crazy. It's crazy that they have a lot of sweet shops here. I just don't know why they do have that, but they do for some reason have a lot. So that's one. So we're going to count how many sweets shops we can find. That's one anyway. We've also got a strip club. For those that are into that, they've got one here. So it's called Platinum Lace. If you want to come as well, feel free, obviously. Yeah, so it's just full of restaurants and things like that, literally. A lot of happy people a lot of happy people as well. That's a good thing. So yeah, I think if you want to just chill out, maybe you've gone shopping all day and you just want to chill out and just have a drink or meet up with your friends to have dinner or whatever, then Piccadilly Circus might be good for that. In terms of prices, it might be slightly expensive for food though, because obviously they're paying a lot of rent. The rents and rates in this area is a lot. I don't know why that doesn't apply to the shops, because all the shops I go to on Oxford Street, the prices are literally the same, to be honest. So if I was to go to Zara in Oxford Street, I'll pay the same amount of money I pay elsewhere in London. But in terms of food, it's totally different. The prices are totally different. Although there are certain places that are not different though, not to lie. So places like Burger King, for example, would be the same price. But I'm talking much more of the fancy restaurants, so the fancy ones, and also the ones that you don't find elsewhere in London. So the ones that are just exclusive to the area tend to be much more expensive, but it is what it is. Yeah, so let me show you around. There's always a lot to see here, so you would always find people congregating, watching what people are doing. Is quite normal. It's quite normal here anyway. So last time I came here, like I said, it was really busy. Let me just show you the bars and restaurants they have around. So they've got this. It's called Hotel Indigo, but I think upstairs is like a bar. LSQ rooftop. I think that's like like a bar. So I think it gets really busy when it's like late at night. So they have a casino here as well for those that like to gamble. If you want to gamble, then if that's your thing, then yeah, there is a casino here, and they've got bars and restaurants in the casino as well. So yeah, somewhere you can come to, I suppose. So I'm sure you've noticed in the video as well that there are some people that it looks like they're going out. So some people might just be coming into central London now to obviously have a good time. Some people must have had a good time and they're making their way back home as well. So it all depends. literally. Okay guys, we're still in Piccadilly Circus. It's getting slightly windy now though, so that's English weather for you. Like, it was really warm early today, and now for some reason it's getting windy, but it's not cold, it's just windy, so that's okay. Anyways, they've got all sorts here, you know, so I think they can draw you and you pay them obviously the fee. Welcome to Piccadilly. I'm sure it's not cheap anyway, because the drawing is quite nice. It's really nice. So I'm sure it's not cheap to obviously get yourself drawn. There's always a lot of noise. There's always a lot of noise here for some reason. I don't know why. So there's a lot going on, as you can see. So yeah, for some reason it's really noisy and there's a lot going on. It's always non-stop here anyway. So that's why I hardly ever come here unless I have to. Because there's always like noise and noise and noise and noise. So if you're really bored and you want some noise in your ears, then yeah, come here. Also, I'm going to show you the cinema that normally premieres most of the new movies. So most movies that are done in the UK, for example, are premiered here. So that's the famous Odeon Leicester Square. So we're in Leicester Square. That's Odeon Leicester Square. It's a really big cinema. So most of the movie premieres are done here. We're still walking around, so it looks like a lot of people are looking to obviously drink tonight, so there's some people outside the bar at the moment. So in the UK, when you go out drinking, just be very careful, because some people overdrink and it starts causing trouble. So just be very wary when you go out anyway. I'm just telling you tourists, for those based in the UK, they know that already, so they know how to handle people. But for you lot coming from various countries, just be very wary. It can get really crazy sometimes. I've not had a bad experience at all, but obviously just telling you just in case. We're still around Leicester Square, so that's Odeon. Let's go there.
And honestly, it's not as I hate.
So that's the cinema, Odeon, and they've got all bar one. So that's a popular bar anyway. Most people tend to go to all bar one. The drinks are reasonably priced anyway, so it makes sense to go there. As today is Saturday, obviously it's going to get really busy. That's kind of expected. So, as you can see, there are a lot of people here drinking, celebrating, having a good time. Yeah, so if you want to come to all bar one, feel free to. As you can see, the vibe is crazy. Like, it's so crazy. Even McDonald's is crazy. Like, have you ever been to a McDonald's this crazy, like this busy? I guess not. Anyways, so we're in Leicester Square at the moment, so I've left. So obviously I started from Marble Arch Station. I walked all the way to Oxford Street, then Regent Street, then Piccadilly Circus, then now we're in Leicester Square. Leicester Square is equally as busy as Piccadilly. They're all the same. Anyways, so that's it anyway. I'm just going to leave it here. If I keep walking around, I'm going to get exhausted, so I'm going to have to end it. Thank you for watching my video. Please like, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video. Take care, guys.